So back here with the McJeep again. You might have seen in the video yesterday, we upgraded the tie rod to the Grand Cherokee, and then did a brand new drag link and steering stabilizer and whatnot. So today we're doing calipers because that one took a shit on me. It's locked up. The thing was on there. It had one of the pads were actually broken, bent. I don't know what that was about, but let's go to the other side. I already did this one. So yeah, got nice new stuff on this one. So when you do these, yeah, I mean it has brake fluid in it, but I didn't want to clamp this and anything, and it wasn't that much, and I got a gallon and a half in there. So you just put your back here. See if y'all can see this. So basically, take this one off. This is where your brake fluid comes in. Start loosening it, it'll start dripping. Just stick a pan under it, and then you got the two top and bottom ones, 13 mil, and the middle one's a 15 mil. Just take those off, and I mean, it's pretty simple. You take your tire off, take those out, let it drain, then take the two other bolts out and pull your caliper off, unless yours is welded to the thing like mine was, and yeah, get your new one. The brake pads themselves were brand new. I just did those not too long ago, so I just stuck the old pads on there, and that's pretty much it. Came over this side. So yeah, this is that thing. Actually got to run back to Advance and pick up two brake pads, since that one cracked that one. But I don't know, I might just get a whole new set. I think they sell it only as a set. You won't be able to just buy like one side. It'd be nice if you could, but I don't think they sell them that way. So drove the truck to work today, and the brakes were crappy. So got back home, pulled it off, and I pulled this one off, and that one doesn't move at all, and it was all the way out. This brake pad was okay. I mean, look, still brand new. But the other one, let's take a look at it. This is where I threw it. But yeah, I don't know if y'all guys can see this or not, but it's all cracked up. And then it was bent inward. I don't know. It's my Jeep pal, parts pal. Should have seen it when I did that Grand Cherokee for that guy. It was all the way to the damn roof, boxes. Like every time I'd start doing something, he'd come back by and be like, "Hey, I want this and that," and I'd be like, "Yes, sir. Hey, you're paying me. I'll do it. I don't care." So yeah, I'm gonna run back down there, put those on. Trying to remember. It's gone. Forgot about what else I was gonna say. Something else. I don't know. If I remember, I'll come back to it. Got the new brakes. Fortunately, mine was sold out of the. I think they had a set for like 28 bucks or something like that, but they only had the ceramic ones. They're like 50 bucks or so, but really good ones. And this 14 millimeter bolt back here, that one right there, comes with two copper washers. Put one in the front and one on the back, or else it'll leak, as you can see. But I know the original ones only have the one on the front, but just a tip. Did the same to this side. And once you get on there, bleed them. what I did is I took one of these bottles right here, and I had some clear tube laying around. I put one of these little screw adjustment things on there so you can just push it on there and it'll stay. Yeah, it worked out fine for me. Here's the brake pads I used, Wherever Gold. But yeah, loosen up the little bleeder valve, which see here, which mine has a little black cap on it, but you loosen it up, stick that on there, have somebody, you know, or do what I did, put your head underneath the door and push it with your hand and watch the brake fluid come out until there's no bubbles. That's all I did. Yep. So this was an adventure. All I wanted to do was upgrade this rod because it was so messed up, and I ended up going along this journey. Oh well, I mean, all that stuff was like 22 years old except the brake pads. They're about, you know, a year or so old, but yeah, I gotta do it eventually. Needed to check to make sure the hubs were good. The knuckles were, no, nothing wobbles or anything's like any kind of loose. I did need to take it and get it was it an alignment done to it, because I've gotten it close, but there's a little bit of turn, or it tries to jerk a little. I think this side's a little far in, but at this point I'm tired. I got other stuff I want to do. I don't want to mess with this no more. I still need to jack that one up and figure out what's clicking on it. Put it on all 4 jack stands, crank it, put it in 4-wheel, and turn. Yeah, I just started doing it. I think it's a transmission line or something's in it. Is just clicking as you turn or something. I don't know. It's something I have to figure out. And I put a fan switch on this one so you can click it on. But this 90 Cherokee does not get close to 200, even when it was 100 degrees outside. That's crazy. This one, on the other hand, today it was like 78-ish, and it was 210, 212, and the emergency fan kicked on, or not the emergency fan, but whatever, that backup fan turned on, and then it stayed at 205, you know, 210-ish. And you can take the front grate off here, which I did before, but I didn't like the way it looked, and it runs a little bit better. But what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a fan, and then I'm gonna short switch it to inside the truck where I can flip a switch and the fan comes on, because it just runs hot. And I'm not mistaken, I think this one, nope, this one has that. There's like 8 blades or something. I know you can get the 8 blade for this. If you have a 90 Jeep and it only has the 5 blades, you can put it in there. But what I might do tomorrow is I'm gonna go out to the junkyard and find a Grand Cherokee clutch. I'm gonna use my fan, but I'm gonna put a different clutch on here, and it is gonna turn this thing into a wind tunnel, which should make it a lot better. And I need to move the intake. I need to get like I want to move it into here, inside the where the for the air conditioning is. I've seen some people do it. They just move it to there and put the filter inside of it. Or I want to buy a snorkel because, well, I mean, look, this Jeep comes up to like the top part of my chest is like right here, with its tires on and all that. If you're in that much water, there's no point. your axle tubes are going to be full of water. Yeah, I mean, you're going to ruin a lot of stuff. The inside of your Jeep, because your two fuse boxes over there and a bunch of other boxes behind your dash, you know, if it comes up the yay high, it's definitely coming inside. Yeah, just avoid that. Like I said, I'm not going to be wheeling this truck or any of that. I definitely ain't taking it through 5 feet of water. Yeah, I'll go through a foot or two, no problem, but not going to be doing all that. That's just too much. But snorkels cost a fortune. I mean, for the price of a snorkel, I can get 2 of those tires right there. BF Goodrich KO2s. So yeah, that'll probably be tomorrow. Go get a Grand Cherokee clutch, get it on here, do a before and after so I can show you that it does run stupid hot. But I mean, most Jeeps run hot. There's things you gotta do to them that make them run colder. Like, you can get the clutch, you can get the switch. All you do is tap into here, run a switch to your cab, ground it, and you know, when you flip it on, it cuts this fan on. That way, if you know it's like 205, you know, make it run a little bit colder, you can just flip the switch on. I mean, it uses nothing but power. I run that one most of the time while that's on, and it's, you know, 180, 185, and it's 100 degrees outside. But yeah, upgrade this. I mean, a fan clutch is what, $10 at Pick and Pull, or I'm probably going to go to the other one. It's called Foss Auto. Go there, get that, put it on. Take this plate out because, you know, obviously more wind that's coming in here, the better it'll be. Especially since this one has air conditioning, so, you know, it's blocking it. Transmission cooler's blocking it. As to where this one doesn't have AC. Doesn't have a transmission cooler, it just has the radiator right there. And I think the trans cooler plugs into it, and it, or I mean not the trans cooler, but the transmission lines go into it also. So there's nothing really blocking it, and I think, let's see, I think the spaces on these are a little bit wider too, but it gets really, really good wind flow. And I mean, it doesn't have air conditioning either, so. But yeah, I like the way that one runs at, you know, 180, 190. Also, they make a kit. I saw it on Amazon. It's to keep the heat soak off your Jeep. You know, it's like an aluminum foil, like a thick, you know, and then it's already pre-cut it. It goes over your fuel rail, or it goes under it. And it goes under your injectors, it goes under this thing, and it protects this stuff from the heat radiating off the engine. Yeah. I might get that. I think it was like $80 or something on Amazon. I don't know. We'll wait till next summer to see how hot it runs. But I'm almost certain once I change this over to the Grand Cherokee, it's gonna be, you know, 5-10 degrees better. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's gonna sound like a wind tunnel, but your truck will be cooler, and your truck will thank you for being cooler. Maybe it won't fight you on your brakes or anything that you try to do. Throw your tires back on, go driving down the road, make sure it stops. Be funny, backing out the driveway, go to press your brake and it goes to the floor and nothing happens. And then, good thing I got a tire carrier on the back, it'll bounce off the wall back there. Alright guys, yeah, I'm gonna do this, test it, and I'll throw this video up. You know, later. Back here with the Jeep again, and after doing the steering upgrade, I started noticing some stuff that kind of just went downhill from there. So I redid the calipers, and brake pads and all that, and bled it, and it just wasn't keeping pressure. So took out the brake booster, master cylinder, and the proportioning valve I have is brand new. I just did that. It was the sensor went bad on the other one. It was throwing the brake light, and if you try to get your truck inspected with that on, they'll never pass it. So replace that, and I got ordered from Advance brake booster and master cylinder coming. Once that gets here, gonna put on some speed bleeders and put that in, get everything hooked up, and hopefully get these brakes. These brakes, like everything, is pretty much going to be brand new after this. Should be able to lightly press the pedal and it just immediately stop. So yeah, anybody ever that needs to know how to do this, I'm pretty sure there's a couple other videos on how to do this. I mean, the brake booster is held in by 4 bolts right here. You know, you go underneath on the inside and look where your brake pedal attaches. There's 4 bolts around it. One of them's really annoying to get out, and it's this one because it's right next to that. Can't get shit on it. You know, take it off. Once you get it out, I mean, you'll have these two bolts on this thing that hook to the master cylinder, which bolts to that. And these 2 top bolts come out real easy, but the one right behind it that connects to that is, you gotta sit there and wrench and wrench and wrench. Trying to think, make sure you save the spacer and foam piece from this because your new one won't come with it. Which will be interesting if the one I get tomorrow does. But yeah, they'll be here tomorrow. Let's put on there. Yeah, it's amazing how one little thing is, oh man, brakes. I do not like brakes. Do not like working on anybody's brakes but my own. I mean, it's something you gotta do. 21-year-old truck. Have to. Yeah, that's the thing with buying these vehicles. Like, I get asked a lot. It's like, because I've had new cars and I immediately sell them after we have them for a little while because it's the same with them. Like, I hear stories from other people that, you know, a friend of mine brought a brand new 2019, already having problems with it. There's just, you know, you spend 30-40K on a vehicle, or you can spend, I mean, everything I've done with this, well, you know, excluding my labor, but if you buy a Jeep, you're 9 times out of 10, you're going to know how to work on it, or, you know, be somewhat mechanically inclined. Because, yeah, I mean, you should know what you're getting. I'd say about $4,200 into this thing, and the tires and rear bumper were about 30% of that. And I got $500 for the truck. This winch, Harbor Freight winch, which, you know, I've used it a crap ton, especially last year when it snowed, pulling people out that didn't understand what a foot of snow does to a car. You know, I think their 6.5 rough country lift was with the drop brackets, and I guess add that steering stabilizer to it, I don't know, $1,200. You know, about $4,500 so far into this truck. You know, the light bar and the roof rack. Actually, the front light bar and the roof rack I ordered from Amazon, and they were $300 for both of those. But when I got the box, the brackets for the light bar were missing, and the box was tore up. So Amazon gave both those to me for free. Because, you know, when you pay for something, you shouldn't have to, you know, they send you crap that's been stepped on and whatnot. The side lights, I mean, you can get light bars for Jeeps, like for nothing. And I've used these lights like we go wheeling at night because down here summers are just stupid hot. So, you know, let's see here. This one, yeah, that was the one that got free, messed up. This roof rack was, you know, the box was tore to shit. So they gave that to me for free. These lights I think were like $15 a piece, and they're like bright as hell. The one back here, you know, this will light up the damn neighborhood. I mean, this truck on a dark night will turn, you know, a dark road into daytime. Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to, you know, I mean, I'm gonna definitely do a video when we're going camping here in the next month, because we're mostly gonna be wheeling at night and go ride down the trails, you know, do married couple stuff. Me and the wife are really looking forward to that. It's kind of why I'm doing all this stuff now. You know, make sure you go over and check everything. You know, don't want to get out there and, I mean, we got full coverage on these things, you know, but it'd be awfully funny watching the damn flatbed try and get back there. Pull us out. Yeah. If anybody's watching these videos, I know I only have a few subscribers, you know. People only really click on things that are, you know, if you read the title and makes you click on it, but I'm just out messing around. But if anybody has any questions, you know, feel free to ask, you know. I'll try and answer them the best I can. If not, I know somebody that can. And, yeah. So I'll get back to you when those parts come in tomorrow, assuming they're correct, because I don't know, AutoZone and Advance and all these part stores are like 9 times out of 10 I gotta turn the computer my way and type in what I need and order it myself. And when I did the brake lines on this, I actually had to go into the back behind the counter, go all the way back there and pick out the brake lines and the couplers myself, because the person they had hired that day didn't know what the hell they were doing. And, you know, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a licensed mechanic. I started working on my own vehicles when I was, you know, 14. And it's just, you know, I'm 33 now, and I've been doing it. You know, I've always done something once a week, and all my friends have known it, and, you know, they bring me their stuff, so I just get a lot of practice in here and there. But if you're hired for a job, you know, if you go apply, like let's say you're really good at doing nails, you don't go apply at AutoZone. I understand you need a paycheck, but, you know, let people that know that job or are in that world do that job. Because I remember back in the day, I applied at them, and I've brought vehicles that I've done to show them, like, and asked them to test me and everything, and it's just like not even a callback. So I don't understand it. It's kind of just, you know, it's one of those things that really just irritates you whenever you walk into a parts store and you have to do their job for them. But it is what it is, you know. Oh well, I'll get back to you guys tomorrow when I start putting that on there and get it bled and see if that fixes the issue, which it should. Let's see what I want. Probably a shit ton of air in the lines now. I'm gonna probably take a bottle or two of getting that out. But yep, we'll get back to you. Yeah, so we're back after this long journey. So basically on the XJ, I did all new brake booster, master cylinder, proportioning valve, the brake lines leading from the proportioning valve to the front and rear, all new brake lines, calipers, rotors, and brake pads front, and brake pads, and a drum kit, a rebuild kit. I got the one with the wheel cylinder in it too, and new brake lines for it. When you take all this stuff off, take it all off, put the other stuff back on. When you get your master cylinder, bleed it before putting it in. And drum brakes are pretty simple. As you take off the old crap, put the new crap in, and those take some finagling with. I have a little tool that they sell for like $10 that pops the springs and whatnot out. And let's see, yeah, make sure you put your calipers on, with the nipple up. If you put them down, there'll be air in it, and you'll never get them to work. And so I'll just have a seat. So I literally got off work, came home, and fixed this. I still need to take it and get it aligned. I've gotten it pretty close, but it still turns a little bit. But yeah. So anybody, if you do this and you run into any kind of troubles, like after you replace everything's brand new, check and make sure that you bleed the master cylinder, which you can fill it up and run a line from your driver's side into the master cylinder and just pump the brake and watch it feed until all the bubbles are gone. And once you do that, then you start at the rear, passenger side rear tire, and start your bleeding. That one's going to have the most, and as you work your way around, it'll be less and less, but bleed your master cylinder, start at the rear tire, and let's see, passenger rear to driver rear to passenger front to driver front. And once you're done, get in, and if put everything back up, pump the pedal a few times, crank it, and hopefully it works for you. If it doesn't, immediately put it in park. Like, always start out after you crank it, just put it in neutral, just avoid reverse just in case yours doesn't work, so you don't run into a brick wall or whatnot, or go fast enough that you mess up something slamming it into park. Well, so all I can say to his adventures, brand new front end steering, all brand new brakes, and that's it for now. Since I wasted this week dealing with all this, so next week I'll go get a fan, a Grand Cherokee, the fan where you can take your fan off and put on their clutch and put your fan back on it, and it spins it a hell of a lot faster. Keep it a lot cooler. I'll make a video on that, posting, what exactly where to get. I mean, you can Google it. There's thousands of videos. I just like putting them up for my reference only, and since I'm doing it, might as well. Yep. Big old beast. Finally getting her done. Alright. See y'all guys on the next project.